Hi guys, I'm having some technical issues here, so I apologize for coming on a few minutes late. All right. Yeah, for some reason my internet was just not connecting, so I needed to do a couple of things, but whatever. We're here, we're live, let's get going. I actually wanted to put on some pearls before I got started, but I was, again, still trying to figure out lighting and sound. So I have this new microphone. I'm hoping that it is giving you better sound quality tonight. That's the goal, fingers crossed. So I won't know until I actually go back and watch this live. So let's get some air conditioning going because I'm feeling a little warm. It was, I believe, 97 degrees today in Belmapam. So it was hot, very, very hot. And I did not turn on my air conditioning, but we're gonna do that now because I can feel the warmth coming on. All right, air conditioning, let's go. Now we're talking about your pearls and jewelry, right? Oh, by the way, this is a Cynthia Rowley tank top and some Amazon pajama shorts. So rings also by Amazon and earrings, these little faux pearl earrings, also Amazon. All right. Now we are talking about jewelry and we're talking about your pearls. Now, the reason I wanted to do this particular how to this evening was because when I saw that pearls were going to be a huge trend in 2024, I wrote a blog about it. And we're going to look at that blog a little bit. I am also going to link the blog in my description box because it does have a lot of really good information that I'm not going to go into too much here on the live because I want to actually do some demonstrating tonight. So I'm just going to pull it up and show you the blog on my website. All right, let's go. So tonight we are going to talk about how to care for your pearls, whether they're faux, whether they're real, freshwater, saltwater. We're just going to really take a look at what it means to take care of your pearls, whether they be rings, earrings, necklaces. I've got it all tonight. So we're going to dive in. Let's see, go into my blog. Also, I'm going to show you some basic tools that you should have in order to maintain your jewelry. There's just a few things that you really should have. I personally used to make jewelry and I'm hoping to get back into jewelry making this year. So I have a lot of these things, but I wanted to share them with you because with just a few tools, you really can maintain your jewelry very well. So let's see. Okay, here we go. So it's how to care and wear for your pearls. This is the blog here. And it really goes in depth into what you should do when you have real pearls. So how to care and wear for your pearls also has how to clean them, checking the knots, uh, love and admire your pearls, avoid sunbathing. And then it also gives you some of the, oh, let's see if I can show it up on camera, like the different colors of pearls, as well as the pearl trends for fall winter 2023 and fall winter 2023-24, and also into spring 2024. It was on the runways for both seasons, so pearls are definitely going to be something that you need to incorporate into your wardrobe. If you don't have any, don't go crazy. You can probably find some really good faux pearls on Amazon. You might be able to find some really good faux pearls at thrift stores. I used to work at an auction house, which is how I got a lot of my faux pearls. And then also my mother gifted me some really great pearls, and I have a vintage set of real pearls. The set that my mom bought me are Mikimoto pearls, and they actually need some repair. We're going to do that tonight. So let's get into what you should do with your faux pearls. Okay. Now, I have a lot of faux pearls, some that need repair, some that don't. This big bauble, again, I worked at an auction house, so don't quote me as to where I got any of these pearls. It could have been at an estate sale, a thrift store, but I know that I've had them. I didn't get them from Amazon or Target or anything like that, but I'm sure that you can get those in many places. This is a double strand of pearls. It does have a little pearl strand here, and it is a hook clasp. See if you can see that. Let's go like that. See if you can see better like that. Also, I should probably clean my camera. It doesn't look as clean as I would like it. So let's do that really quick. Boop, boop, boop. All right, sorry, we're going to go black for a second. All right, we're back. Hopefully that's, you can see things a little bit better. So this set, I've worn them a million times. And what you should do is really check your strands, make sure there are no knots that are out of place. And I'll show you an example of that. This one happens to be fine. If you can see, when you buy pearls, the way that they're done are on a really thick embroidery thread, sometimes silk thread. And what they do is they put the pearl on, and then there's a knot in between each one. That's how all pearls are made, faux, real, whatever the case may be, necklaces, that's the way that they are made. So this one looks in pretty good condition. I can see I've got like a little hair in there or something. But here's a set that is in desperate need of repair. As you can see, one of the strands came off. So I need to actually restring this entire set. And the reason is because I'm not exactly sure how this worked out. Maybe I did a repair on it before. Maybe not. Let's see. I was thinking it was on the other end, but yeah, no. But I do see that the last pearl lost the cap to it. Let me show you. So if you can see here, and don't drag me for my nails, I know they're a hot mess. It lost the little piece that actually attaches to here. And this clearly was at one point a 4 strand, but I only have 3. And that was when I bought them. It was never a 4th strand. So I do need to figure out a way to get that reattached. And the best way to do that is probably going to be, let me put my glasses on because this is really tiny, is probably going to be to just hot glue the cap back onto it. Because as you can see, it has the little cap that goes to the pearl that should have been strung through the pearl, but it just lost itself. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But yeah, so I'm going to have to figure out that class. Again, as you can see, knots in between each strand. I could just really take it off and make it another double strand pearl, another double strand, and not even worry about it because it's behind your neck. So not that anybody's going to see that part. And it is another hook clasp, and it has, does it have anything? Yeah, and it does have a long piece on the other side for you to hook it together. Okay, I hope all of this is making sense. So this is in my pile of repair jewelry. That one's going to take a little bit more effort for me to fix. I'm not going to be able to do that live on camera. But here's another example of a strand that, the yarn that they used to tie this particular strand is starting to fray. So all you really need to do is take your time, wrap that around. If you really want it to stay, you might be able to put a little bit of um, hot glue, just a tiny little, like put it on with a toothpick small. And then that will keep that together. So that's the way I'm going to repair that, is just take the strand and just wrap it around until it's almost disappeared. And then if I need to, just to keep it in place, put just a tiny bit of glue on there. You can actually make sure that it's gone around a few times. And if you feel like it's gone around enough, you can always just cut off that little frayed edge right there. So hopefully I was doing that in front of the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm just twisting it around to secure that. And then I'll probably just cut the rest of that off, put on like a needle's worth of hot glue just to keep it connected. Now, this is a vintage piece. These are not real pearls. They look like real pearls. The way you can tell real pearls from faux pearls is you rub them along your teeth. And trust me, you'll be able to tell. Like if I run these along my teeth, I can tell they're very smooth. Real pearls are not smooth. They do not feel smooth. And you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to tell. Trust me. Get a set of real pearls or go into a store, a jewelry store, and ask a jeweler to teach you the trick of how to tell real pearls from faux pearls. So I noticed that this vintage set, again, I got this when I was working at the auction gallery, has lost some of the Swarovski crystals, or whatever crystals that they were. They may not have been Swarovski because I don't know that Swarovski was around when this set was put together. But on both ends, I've lost some of the crystals here. So I'll need to find some really good crystals and set those in. The best way to do that is with jewelry glue. Don't just use hot glue for that. Try to find jewelry glue. Again, with a very fine toothpick, you can get enough glue in there, set a new crystal in, and it will be fine. So this is a 3-strand. Love this set, but I do need to find a new hook clasp for it. And because I do make jewelry, I'm sure that I have one in here. So that's what I'm going to do with that set. So basically what I'm trying to say is go through your pearls. Make sure, I'm going to put my hair back, make sure that all the knots in between are still in good condition. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, let's see what we're going to do with this hair. All right, let's do that for now. Now, this is, I'm going to show you, so far I've only shown you faux pearls. These are my real sets of pearls. This is a vintage set. It's extremely delicate, so I don't really mess with the clasp too much. And it's just a little, it's just a silver vintage clasp, and it actually does pull apart, but I leave it alone because I don't want to mess with it. As you can see, very small, the knots in between each pearl. You want to check it. You want to check each strand. And I know that might seem kind of frustrating, but trust me, it's worth it. And then when you run, yeah, you can tell the difference. When you run them over your teeth, they feel like sandy. They feel gritty. They have groove to it. That's how you know a real set. This is a very long set of double strand. And these are the Mikimoto pearls that my mother bought me. Now, I do need to repair this because it um, lost lost the little loop so that I can clasp them together. Stop spinning. So that I can clasp them together. So I'm gonna do that on camera with you guys. I'm gonna add a new loop to it. And then also this set, there are no knots in between. I don't know if that's a Mikimoto signature or if that's just the way this particular set was put together. But I can tell that it was done on fish line. Can you see this right here? This little piece of plastic? And that's what fish wire is. Anybody that makes jewelry knows. Now, I personally, it does seem to have a little bit of slack there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some very small pliers, and we're going to talk about tools. And I'm just going to insert it back into the pearls. I don't want to cut it. I don't want to cut it. Um, I could, but I just don't want to. It does give me, what is that, 2, 4, 5 pearls, um, so that the string goes through those 5. I just want to finish it out, go through that 6. And that's just the way to keep that strand together. Now, if you've ever made jewelry, if you use fish wire, what you do is you loop the fish wire when you're finished your work back through the beads that you're working through, and then you finish it with a little crimp bead is what these are called right here. And then you would put a loop through it, and then that way you could do your either claw clasp or just the loop on the other end. And so as you can see, this is like a jewelry making 101 for those that don't know. If I go to this end, ooh, let's not bust up my pearls here. If I go to this other end, you can see the fish wire here. And so what they do is they take the fish wire, they feed it back through the beads, probably just enough to keep it sturdy. Then that creates a loop. And then they crimp the loop with this little crimp bead here. I'm sorry, you put your hook on, then you loop it back through, and then you put your crimp bead on just to keep it from slipping and sliding. So jewelry 101, if you didn't know, now you know. So I'm not going to do that part on camera with you as far as showing you how to loop that back through. Trust me, it's going to take me some time to do that, and I don't want to waste much more time. We're already 20 minutes in, and so I wanted to just show you that. Now, I'm covering up my microphone, so hopefully that wasn't all my hair in my microphone. All right, let's go. Now, speaking of which, I should probably put this up on here as well. Okay, so, all right, no more fuss with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the faux pearls that I don't really have too many repairs to do, I'm going to take them and I'm just going to get some water and put them in soap and water, and that's pretty much it. This set, also another triple strand. Somehow these two pieces I've lost the mechanism for these two pieces. They're like slide into something, and I can't figure out what they slide into. So I got to figure that out. But I have this set I can put in, and this set, even though the string is pretty frayed, also I see that the string here, where the whole strand is connected, is also really frayed. So I'm going to have to fix that too. So maybe I won't put that in water tonight. But I just wanted to show you that you should take your faux pearls and clean them with some nice soapy water. So I'm going to go grab that. Actually, I don't really have enough to do that. So let's skip that step. But that's what you would do with all your faux pearls, like even your faux earrings, all that. Put them down in some soapy water. And the reason is because, they will get a buildup of your makeup, your hair products, your perfume, your everything out there is going to build up on your pearls. So you want to make sure every season, you want to pull out your pearls, double check the knots, double check the, if it's on fish wire, double check that, make sure it's all intact. Then dump them in some soapy water, swish them around. You don't have to soak them for long or anything like, you don't have to leave them overnight or anything crazy like that. But that's what I recommend, just to keep that buildup of perfume and makeup and all those other things that are going to build up on your jewelry. So that is what you would do with that. Now, the same thing with like these faux earrings, things like that. We're going to move on to other types of pearls, meaning pearls that aren't necessarily a necklace. As I say that, I'm getting ready to pull out a necklace. But what I mean by this is, these are real pearls, but they're on a silver chain. Also, very tiny, I don't know if you can see that, a very tiny diamond right here. So that's a mixed medium type of jewelry. And also the pearls are also surrounded by silver on the back, is how they are connected. So being a mixed medium piece, you really have to think about how you're going to clean it, because silver and pearls don't always necessarily work in the same type of cleaner. Okay. And we're going to talk about jewelry cleaner in a moment. Here's another example. It's a little whale. How cute is that? Oh, by the way, this necklace was my push present when I had my son, from my ex-husband. Right here, this little whale brooch, isn't she cute? It's so adorable. Has this enormous pearl in the center, but it's also surrounded by diamonds and platinum. So another mixed medium piece. So you need to be aware of what you're cleaning a particular piece like this with. You might not necessarily want to use what you would clean your diamonds with for your pearl. Here are these are just all pearl earrings. These are sea pearls. These were a gift from my mom. And, frustratingly, they were like this really bright pink, and then they just kind of patinaed to this, natural color over time. But they also are backed in silver. Now, I'm not as worried about these as how I would clean these, because it's just on a backing. But I would be concerned with anything that has diamonds in it. Excuse me. I also have this Sea Pearl. This is like a sweater pin. Like back in the 50s, how the girls used to keep their sweaters on their shoulders was with these sweater pins. This one has like little beads in the middle, but it's also inlaid with pearl here. Um, and the backing is faux gold. These aren't real gold. So you need to just be aware of what cleaner you are using when you are cleaning a mixed medium piece of jewelry. Okay, now I do want to do the loop on here, but I guess I should first talk about the tools. Um, and also, you know, here's something that I learned in Belmopan. I can't say all of Belize, but here in Belmopan, trying to find jewelry cleaner, not so easy. Just not the easiest thing. And, I just feel like, do I really want to order that from the States? I went to one store that I thought would have it and they didn't. Another store I went to was closed for the entire week after New Year's. Hey, Google, stop. Was closed for an entire week after New Year's. So I didn't get a chance to go in there to see if I had it before tonight's video. But I did find in one of the stores this thing called by Haggerty for natural and cultured pearls. This stuff called Pearl Clean. This is what it looks like that. I spent like 12 Belize on it, it's like 6 US. So it says place jewelry in the dipping basket and agitate gently for 1 minute. Remove, rinse with warm water, and carefully wipe dry with a soft cloth. So we're going to use that after we attach the new loop onto the Mikimoto pearls. All right, so let's talk about jewelry tools and what you really should have in your arsenal. Now I have, and we can do many, many of these videos because I have so many. This is a bunch of jewelry repairs on the top of this lid. We're going to talk about repairing this necklace tonight. We're also I just wanted to show you some of the other boxes and containers of jewelry that I really need to get fixed. And that is what I'm going to be doing before I even start creating any new jewelry. I just want to get my own personal jewelry, all the repairs that I need to have done. A lot of them are vintage necklaces that just need to be restrung. Like this piece right here is a beautiful vintage necklace, but it fell apart. I need to restring it. I have another one in here, another vintage piece that, over time, like this particular piece right here is from the 50s. So over time, that fish line is going to dry out, So you really should have, especially I just dumped that all out, but thank goodness it was in the box. But I had all of the beads into the bag so I wouldn't lose any of them. And that's what you can do also. If you break a vintage piece, if you break your necklace, put it into a bag and figure out the repairs. These mostly just need to be restrung. And that's what we're going to talk about first, is if you break your necklace or something like that and it needs to be restrung. So one tool, the tools that you really need for your jewelry are pliers. Now, I have a lot of pliers, and they all do different things. So let's talk about the pliers. So I have a few pairs of really pointy needle nose pliers. If you've ever seen like a jewelry maker making jewelry, they all have needle nose pliers. I just happen to have several different sets. No reason in particular. I think that like these came as a set, and then I just had this set. So that's what that looks like. Now, some of these are really super pointy. Can you see? And then you have this one. Like these are just regular pointy. And I'm pretty sure they're the same height. Yeah, they're the same height. It's not like one is smaller than the other. They're pretty much the same thing, but they came in the set that I bought. So, but if you can see, this one is flat. You see that? It's not round, it's not pointed like this one. Okay, so you do need a pointy one and a flat one. Trust me, that flat one it's the answer. So, but I also have two curved, and again, see the purple handle? It all came as a set, like these three pieces. So I had a flat, a pointy, and a curved. And as you can see, this one is a curved, pointy. Very important to have that. And I happen to have two. One is smaller than the other. So if you can get any set, I would get a like a straight set and a curved set. You can buy the flat set, that would be ideal. But if you can't, that's fine too. I also have this set, which is actually round all the way around. And that just happens to be a jewelry making thing. Like when you're bending wire, that's what these pliers are used for. Like when you're curling wire around, it's nice to have this round pointed little guy. Okay. And then I also have this set, which came in that purple set. And this is just for wire cutting. Like if I had that set of Mikimoto pearls, I could just go in and use this set and just clip that little piece off. That would be totally fine. But I'm just going to I'll probably take either the curved pair or the straight pair. Take that little piece and carefully stick it back in. I don't have my glasses on. That's going to take a really long time, so I'm not going to get into it here. But what I am going to get into is the next thing that you definitely should have in your arsenal is wire. We talked about that. I have so many pieces that just, the wire broke, but I managed to keep all of the pieces to it. So I have lots of different wires and line. Now, there are a few different types. Again, this is like a jewelry thing. There are a few different types. Let me get my glasses. And you might want to have, this is what you're going to want. You're going to want one fish wire that's just plain fish wire. You can go into any craft store, any Michaels, anything like that, and you just want to get regular fish wire. And it comes in a little spool like this. This is just one brand, this Jewelry Craft. I think I probably picked it up at Michael's. And this is full clear fish line. Is that what they call it? That's what I call it. People in the trade, that's what you call it. You call it fish wire, fish line. Okay, so clear plastic fish line. Then you also have the same exact thing, which is fish line, but this is elastic. So it stretches. So any of those pieces that you have that are elastic and go back and, that are elastic, this is what you need. And you can get this. And these are all really inexpensive, probably like less than $2 for each of these. Upside down. This is Better Beads, elastic line. This is the 5mm. And they do come in different widths. So this is a pretty thick line, which is good if you want to, have a really sturdy piece of line in order to rebead your jewelry. And then the last one, this is just regular stringing. It's just the same thing. This is non-elastic. And then you also want to get, this is bead stringing wire. This is by Beadalon. And it's actually a silver wire. You can't, hopefully you can tell. But this is if you have any jewelry that is created on wire as opposed to the plastic fish line. Now, there's controversy in the jewelry world, which one is stronger. And I think it just depends. It depends on the beads that you're using. It depends on the jewelry piece that you're making. This, for example, is like this little jewelry piece. And it's hard to explain. Maybe I'll be able to show you. But my sister bought this for me. And I absolutely love it. But one of them broke. And what it is you take this little loop here, you put it on your toe, and it's like a foot jewelry piece, right? Tons of beading on it, and unfortunately it was on fish wire, and one of them broke. So hopefully I collected as many of the pieces as I could in order to restring it. Here, let me see if I can pull it out. I don't want to lose any more pieces, but like here's one of the beads. It's clearly done. Oh, actually, this is done on wire, and you can feel it. This was done on wire, not on the plastic cord. And then sometimes you can actually get plastic coated metal string. So depending upon the jewelry piece, depending upon, what it is, you can go into Michael's, pick that up really easily, figure out what it's made from, and then just go pick yourself up a thing. Get yourself some beading needles. We're going to talk about that next. Get yourself some beading needles. Where are my beading needles? And start stringing it. I've got my beading needles around here somewhere. Oh, here we go. So they do have these things called big eye beading needle. They have beading needles in all kinds of sizes. Let's see, like they have these tiny little ones like this. They have these really long ones like this. So pick the beading needle that works for you. Pick the line that the piece is made from. If it's an all new piece, you can do whatever you want. If you want to take a piece, like say I wanted to take this piece and just restring the whole thing, I could totally do that. And surprisingly, it doesn't take as long as you think. It could probably take me a day to restring the whole thing. Not as long as you think. Once you get the idea of how the beads go on and how you knot them, it's a really quick process. All right. Now, let's see. Okay. Now, so the last tools that I'm going to talk about before we start actually doing some repairs is, again, I make a lot of jewelry. So I have lots of, like, I guess in sewing, you would call them notions. And I don't want to spill them all out. But little jewelry pieces for you to do certain repairs. For example, if one of those triple strand pieces fell apart, you can go to Michael's and get a new one. You know what I mean? Like if it's all banged up and stuff, and it comes with a little hook or not. You can always, so it comes with the hook side and it comes with the chain side. You can buy these little things at Michael's. So if you ever need to repair, Just go to Michael's. It's got a ton of stuff. Also, have you ever seen little barrel clasps? Can you see that? A little barrel clasp. The kind that just spin apart like this. You know, so you can buy that at Michael's. Comes with the little loops. If that breaks, you just restring your necklace right on it, right? Um, I also have, you can also buy um, different styles of earring backing. Not earring backings, but like, have you ever seen your earrings that look like this? And you have the whole piece, but this is broken or missing? Go to Michael's, they have it. You know what I'm saying? This little guy. The same thing with the fish hook. Or they don't call those fish hooks, just the, jewelry pieces. If that piece breaks off, go to Michael's, buy a new one. Now, the biggest thing in your arsenal is going to be what they call jump rings. And this is what a jump ring looks like. It's just a little piece of metal. And as you can see right there, how it's split. Can you see that? And that's how we're going to fix our Mikimoto necklace with a jump ring. The other thing that is essential is what they call crimp rings. And it's really small. I'm hoping you guys are going to be able to see that. This is a crimp ring. And that is exactly what I was talking about. That is on the end of that Mikimoto piece. So if I ever needed to re-crimp it, all it is you just slip it onto the loop and you literally take your pliers and crimp it. You're just crimping the metal right around it. I don't want to waste my crimp ring to demonstrate it, but those are really the essential pieces that you need if you're going to repair any of your jewelry. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else that I may have missed. The rest of this is mostly just beads, different beads for jewelry making. Like here's another, if I wanted to make a necklace like this and do just like, strings of beads off of here, and then it has another loop in the center. So, Michael's has all kinds of things for you to make your own jewelry. So if you're feeling bored and you want to learn how to make jewelry, tons of videos on YouTube. Also, I would like to say that you can also get jump rings in, here, let's do it with the pliers. You can get jump rings in all sizes. Like here, a huge one. You see that? Here's a huge one. Here's a really small one. And here is a medium-sized one. So depending upon the work, depending upon the jewelry piece, you can just buy the jump ring that is going to work. And again, these little things are so inexpensive. You can buy a little pack of jump rings for less than $1. Or at least that's how much they were back in the day when I was buying jewelry at Michael's. The last few tools that we are going to talk about are now, well, let's talk about just easy peasy things. Like this is a nail brush. If you need to dust any of your jewelry, this is a very stiff brush. Keep that in mind. But you'll also need like a very soft toothbrush. Definitely need these in your arsenal. Again, I couldn't find the jewelry cleaner, and depending upon, what the jewelry piece is, will definitely make a difference as to how you clean it. But I will say that most jewelry makers and sellers will tell you that the cloth is best, not to use those harsh chemicals. Like other jewelry cleaners that come in a tub that's all liquid that you dump into. They say to go with the cloth. Now, I don't have any cleansing cloths. I figured like this chamois that I got when I got all of my cleaning, my leather cleaning products, this little kiwi cloth is very similar to a jewelry cloth. So I'm going to try to see if I can clean some jewelry with that. Now, if you want to really get fancy and advanced in your jewelry making or jewelry repairs, you can get a hot glue gun. You can get these on Amazon. I've had this one like 1,000 years. I hope it even still works. I don't even know if it still works. And then, you get the little packs of the hot glue. It sticks in here. If you've never done this before, it sticks in here and it will start to heat up, and then the glue heats up in here. And then when you need it, it has this little guard, thank goodness. But you just start pressing the lever and the hot glue will come out. My suggestion, when you are using a hot glue gun, before you put it on your jewelry, test it on some paper towel, just so that you can see how much comes out. You know what I mean? You don't want to go put it on your jewelry and it just blobs all over the stone or the crystal or whatever, and you can never get that crap out. So know exactly how much is going, you know what I mean, before you start using it on your jewelry. I have a jewelry piece here. I have a few jewelry pieces. Excuse me. I have these glass earrings. Aren't they stunning? I bought these at the Strathmore Mansion in Bethesda, Maryland. There was a jewelry designer that just happened to be selling some pieces, and I bought 2 of her pieces. And unfortunately, the backing came off of one of the pieces. Now, it's clear that she used hot glue in order to attach them. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, before I do, I have to very carefully peel off some of the old hot glue. See how it's just peeling right off like that. So before I go to hot glue it, I need a new clean surface. And that actually came off relatively easy, probably because the glue was so old. So I'm just going to put a small little dot. And that's the other thing. And I don't have any, but I happen to know that they have a craft store. They have a craft section at Dabari, which is where I'm going to go try to find some jewelry cleaner. And I'm going to see if I can find some earring backs, because it happened to the second pair that I bought from her, the same exact thing. You see, she just put so much glue on it to keep the back on it that it just, I mean, it's literally just flaking off. So, I'm going to have to peel that off, clean it on the back before I add another piece of hot glue. Yeah. And so fortunately, when it broke, I caught the piece. It didn't just break off and then I lost the piece forever. So thank goodness I was able to catch the piece. And so now I can go and repair those. And it's just as simple as buying the little earring back. Again, you can probably get a pack of them for nothing. Putting a little hot glue on there, pressing it on, and, just try to hold it as long as possible. Maybe 15 minutes, you might want to hold it down on there. And, you know, I think that the reason that she used so much glue around it is because they weren't sticking, because it's so smooth on the back. So we'll see what happens when I go to do it. Let's see. Are there any other tools we can talk about? Oh, here we go. Another advanced tool. Now, when I worked at the auction gallery, people would bring us all kinds of pieces, anything from furniture to jewelry. And one thing I absolutely was essential to my job was a jewelry loop. If you've never seen a jewelry loop, this is what it looks like. It magnifies things to a degree that you can see little small pieces of jewelry. So if I were to take this, I would look at it very closely. This is how you can, I'm just doing this so that you can see what I'm actually doing. You actually have to hold it up this close. This is how people can tell if diamonds are real. You can see every little crack and crevice into every piece of jewelry, including how bad my nails look. But anyway, so yeah, I do have my loop. I swear by it. I've had it for like 30 years. It is essential to me in my business. If I go out and I'm looking for jewelry for a client and I'm going to a thrift store or something like that, like I always bring my loop, always, because you never know. And I can't begin to tell you how many times I have found pieces that looked like they were fake, but they weren't. And the only way you could tell is on the loop. So that's just one of those skills that I have. Not everybody has that skill. And unless you know exactly what you're looking for, I wouldn't, try to figure out if things are real gems, real diamonds, or things like that. But you can always go and tell, like if something needs some major cleaning or something like that. Like this particular piece, the little whale brooch I was telling you about, like I know that this needs some really good cleaning. And before I start to go cleaning a piece like this that has diamonds in it, that has the pearls in it, I'm gonna go and check. Also, I see like there's a diamond missing in here. This is a vintage piece. Also, there's a diamond missing in here. But I can also see that most of the diamonds are pretty intact. This, what I thought at the top were diamonds, are not. It's just metal. So little things like that, like you'll be able to really get in there and take a look at your pieces up close, see what kind of cleaning they might need. This in particular, I can see the pearl looks really nice. I mean, you can really get up close on that pearl. You can see any of the inclusions in it, things like that. So that's what a loop is for. I'm sure you can probably get these on Amazon because you can get everything on Amazon. So I'm sure that they probably have some on Amazon. All right. Let's see. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is, get yourself some clothespins and things like that. Like if you do need to clip something, like if I was going to try to clip that earring together, I might want to try to hold it with a clothespin to make sure that the glue is drying, I don't know how to really explain that. Okay, here's a good example. This little fish brooch has this gorgeous stone in it, another vintage piece that lost the eye, unfortunately, before I ever bought it. I can always go and buy a bead and just place it in there. Just that simple. That's what this is all about, finding a vintage piece, like finding a vintage piece of jewelry and saying, okay, I would really love that, but it's missing an eye. Who cares? No big deal. Buy it, take it home, get your little jewelry kit out, find a bead that'll fit in perfectly, a crystal or something, whatever. So now this piece, the bead fell out of it. It's another one of those glass pieces, because I'm kind of a glass fanatic. It's another one of those glass pieces where the glue just fell out of the back of it. Again, I'm going to have to clean all the glue off and make sure that when I go to place it, I'll refill it with hot glue, because that's the way it was created. So, I'm going to do that. I'll place it in there. And then what I would do is take the clip it on there just to make sure that the glue is going to dry. Got it? Am I getting there? Am I making sense to you guys? So, okay, I know I promised you. Now, I did say to myself that I'm still working out the algorithm with the lives and stuff like that. I've been doing shorter videos, but I think that live wants you to do at least an hour. So that's what I'm going for, as opposed to the 45 minutes. I was thinking to myself, is anybody really going to want to sit through an hour live? But maybe the algorithm is favoring those. So that's why I'm going to go a little bit longer on this video just to see how it does. This is only like my fourth live video. Hopefully I'm getting the lighting better. Hopefully the sound quality is better. I really should turn this up and make sure that this whole thing hasn't been. Oh yeah. Okay. So just to make sure that this whole thing wasn't completely muted with this new microphone. It was one that I bought here pretty inexpensively. And so I'm doing my best to bring you guys much better, higher quality videos. As a matter of fact, tomorrow's video, because if you didn't know, I post shorter videos. I wouldn't say they're short videos, but shorter videos on Thursday nights, usually at around between 7 and 8 o'clock. Then I do my lives on Friday at 7 p.m. These are all Eastern Standard Time. And then I post my longest videos on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Tomorrow's video, excuse me, is going to be an Amazon unboxing. So I hope you will tune in tomorrow at 11 to watch that. It's going to be really great. It's a lot of electronics that I bought through Amazon in order for me to bring you all way better content. As a matter of fact, I had only been using my ring light for light or natural light or the lights in the room in all of my videos. But I did purchase on this Amazon unboxing these 3 lights. And hopefully I just realized that this light is turned all crazy. All right. So yeah. I moved it earlier and then forgot to move it back. So I bought these 3 lights to hopefully give better lighting on my videos. Unfortunately, I don't care for the lights, and there's really not a lot can do about it. But I'm gonna make them work. They are way better than just my small little ring light, which I also have my ring light up as well. But I'm working on the lighting. I'm working on the sound, and so the Amazon unboxing that is tomorrow is all of the electronic things that I bought, and a few other things as well that I bought in order to bring you guys better videos this year. Now, let's see. Okay, I think the last thing that we're going to do, now that I've made a complete mess of everything, is I'm going to show you how you can fix your necklace if it's just basically fixing the jump ring. Yeah, fixing the jump ring. And I'm going to do that with the Mikimoto set of pearls. Now, I definitely need my glasses for this. It sucks getting old, y'all. Don't let nobody tell you different. Now, when I look at the other side, it's pretty small, the little, it's not a claw clasp. Yes, it is. It's a claw clasp, right? It's pretty small. So I'm going to want to use a pretty small ring on the other side. I wouldn't want to use that big jumbo one. I actually have one right here. Now, what I'm going to do is I personally like my curved. Come on, man. I like my curved pliers better. It's just what I like specifically. You will need 2. Not always. You really could do it with just one. What you're going to do is you're going to take the jump ring and you've got to find the opening. Let's see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure it's right here. Yeah. Can you see? Huh. You probably can't see because it's tied up. It's pretty tight. All right. So what you're going to do, oh, that's not it. Here it is. Either way, we'll find it as we go. What you want to do is you want to take your two pliers and separate the ring by just twisting it slightly. I really need to find the top. Here we go. Yeah. I got it. You want to find where it splits. And then all you want to do is just twist it open slightly like this. Can you see that? Can you see it now? See how I twisted it open just slightly? I mean, it's probably more than slightly, but that's okay. And it's just as simple as taking your loop and looping it in there. Bam. Just like that. Then you take your other plier and you literally just put the two ends back together. Just like that. Be careful because you don't want to pinch them so that they go sideways. You literally want the two ends to meet, not cross over each other, just to meet up in the middle, like that. Boom. All right, you want to see me put this little thing back in? Let's see if I can do it while you're on camera with me. I'm just going to take the pliers. And bend it right back into the hole. Not easy for me to do this and do it to the camera as well. All right, so I'm taking that. See that? Just putting it right back in. Come on, man. Right back in the hole. I said this was going to take a minute, and I didn't really want to do it on camera, but I think you get the gist. Now I'm determined to do it. Shit. All right. I think you get the idea. I'm going to do it closer to my body so that I can actually see what I'm doing as opposed to trying to do it on camera because I can't see the hole as I'm trying to do it to camera. So we are going to take it, put it back in the hole. Come on, bro. That's the one thing about jewelry making. You need patience. You definitely need patience. And just like that, there's still a little bubble, but I think it's going in. Nope, gotta fix it. But I think it's pretty much going in there. I don't see it. Let's see. Let me stretch it out. There we go. Yep. It's got a little bubble in there, which I will fix, but let's see. Maybe you can see this. Can you see how there's that little bubble, but it's going back into the hole where the other one is. And once I straighten that little bubble out, it will be right back in. Take your time because I'm telling you right now, it will frustrate you. Like if you go to keep touching it, I'm actually just going to leave it because the pearls are still going down. There's no real stoppage right there. So I'm just going to leave it. And just like that, I can wear my necklace again. I haven't worn this thing for forever. I mean, you saw how many jewelry pieces I have, that need repairs. I mean, here's another one Another vintage piece. I absolutely love this piece. It's faux gold and the stone fell out of it, but it's actually a watch, like a real working watch. And this is the stone that came out of it. So it would actually look like this. Now, this I actually, I can't scrape the glue off the back of it. I just have to be really careful because it has exactly where it fell out. And I need to be able to line that up exactly in order for the stone to lay straight in the watch. So, and it is, it's like, it's the coolest piece because if you haven't seen any of my other videos, it's a conversation starter because people will always ask you where you got that, even if it's not on the watch side. Okay, come on now. Even if it's not on the watch side, people will ask you, oh, that's such a pretty necklace. And then you get to do the reveal of telling them that it's actually a watch. So cool. Conversation starters. They're the best. So even if it's on this side with the stone, all right, stone, come on. It's still a stunning necklace, right? As I bust up the stone, it's still a stunning necklace. You know, it's got crystals all around it that look like diamonds. It's very vintage looking with the little tassel on it. And then it is a full on watch. Love this piece. I'm telling you, I got some of the greatest jewelry when I worked at the auction house. Woo! Um, yeah, just the coolest stuff. And it does have, let's see if you can tell, it does have a little winding. So it's a winding watch. So you can set it, wind it. It doesn't require batteries. It's just brilliant, brilliant. I haven't used this in years, but every time I do, people always ask me about it. All right, you guys. I think that's it. I think I've talked to you guys enough. We did over an hour to hopefully satisfy the YouTube algorithm gods. And of course, I have to ask you to like and share and leave a comment on this video. My handbag, or actually, I think it was the second boot repair live, got a lot of really good hits. So I think the more that I am consistent with my lives, the more that it's going to roll out for me. I think it stopped. Oh, there we go. All of a sudden, the timer stopped. So yeah, I think the more that I do these lives, one, it is definitely making me feel more comfortable and confident in them. But I also feel like it will just help me to grow my channel. The more of the things that they are asking me to do, like going live, doing shorts, and then hopefully in 2024, because collaborations is a big deal. YouTube's got a lot of new stuff rolling out because of the response to TikTok. And yeah, so I think that YouTube, and every year, you know, all these platforms make their different changes or whatever. But I think a lot of the new changes to YouTube is in direct correlation to TikTok, because now you can sort of duet other people's videos as a collaboration. I still haven't quite figured all that out yet. I'm still working on that. But, you know, this year on my channel, it's really about growth. It's really about growing my community, letting people know who I am, letting them see the type of content that I'm creating, doing a lot higher quality content creation. And yeah, just really just diving in deep into YouTube. I'm really only focusing on the two platforms in 2024, YouTube and TikTok. I may throw up some things on Pinterest, you know, just from, you know, like different photos and things like that. But I'm really just going to focus on those two platforms this year. And I think that in past years, the reason that I wasn't seeing growth is because I was everywhere. I was on every platform. And I think that this year it's strictly going to be growing YouTube, but using TikTok to not only just promote YouTube, although I know that they're not going to be enjoying that, and there will definitely be some backlash of trying to post things from TikTok to YouTube and get people to come over to my YouTube channel. But I'm really just going to be focusing on TikTok in order to create shorter form videos. And I know that TikTok is now going to be favoring the longer form videos, but so far I've mostly just seen people creating like 5 or 6 minute videos over there. That's sort of been like as far as I've seen creators stretch as far as time. I think that when it's like a cooking video, because I follow a few cooking influencers, then I've seen it go from 7 to 9 minutes. I haven't seen anyone going over the 10 minute yet. And I'm just going to wait and see. I'm writing it out like everybody else. I'm still going to be creating content over there, but it's really going to be for me to hone my skills on creating short videos over here on YouTube. It's still a struggle for me. I'm still trying to work through it. Like doing shorts is impossible. Like I don't know how those ladies do it, or like all the creators that I follow over here, how they do it, how they're repurposing their longer videos. I mean, I get how they're repurposing their longer videos, but specifically making shorts, I'm still working on that. Like getting it down to less than 60 seconds. That's a challenge for me because it's not just about the filming, but it's the way that I edit it. So I really am going to be using TikTok in order to hone my shorts skills. All right. So that's it, you guys. I would love for you to leave a comment and let me know what type of repairs you would like to see next. I can come back and revisit the jewelry repair situation, so you can actually see me cleaning some jewelry with the cloth. You can actually watch me doing the cleaning with the pearls. You know, after I close out my live, I usually go and just do a bunch of repairs of stuff. I'm going to try to hold back so that I can do some repairs here on camera for you if that's something that you're interested in. I'm really enjoying this series of doing repairs, mostly because I have so many, and why not share my knowledge of how to repair these things on YouTube. So that's why I decided to do this whole repair series. And I think that, it's going well so far. If there is something else that you guys would like to see, please let me know. I can't think of anything else. Maybe I'll do buttons. Maybe I'll do like how to repair your buttons. You let me know. What is it that you want to see? Because I am really going to be focusing on looking at trends, looking at what's going on in my industries, and bringing and bringing that content to you. Also, on Saturday, because I have my long video on Saturday, I'm not going to post my Golden Globes video, which I'm actually going to steal it off my TikTok, bring it over here on my YouTube, because I did do a short little video of my favorite Golden Globe looks. So I'm still working it out, and I'm definitely going to be really focusing on doing better content here on YouTube. So I hope you guys will subscribe and join me for this fun ride. I can't think of anything else. Thank you all so much for watching. I wanted to go over an hour. Now I'm going into the 120s here. So we'll see. And if these longer videos aren't doing as well, if the algorithm isn't pushing them as hard, then next week I'll do a 40-minute video. Again, I'll go back to that. If it's still too long, maybe I'll shorten it to 30-minute videos. But I'm still just playing with the algorithm, growing the channel to see where it takes me this year. And again, I hope you all subscribe for the ride. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all got some really good information off of this video. If you have any questions about where to get any of these items. If you're in the US, I can help you out. If you're here in Belmopan and Belize, I can definitely help you out. In other parts of the world, I'm not so sure, but I will do my best to maybe link some things from Amazon that you might be able to find over there. And yeah, I just hope that you all will come back next Friday for my next live, and that you will at least view my videos Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then I've got my live 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays, Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'll be throwing in some other videos, some shorts and other things throughout the week, just so that the algorithm is noticing me and is pushing out my videos even more. Consistency, I hear, is the key. And I've also been, by the way, yeah, I did want to say that I did take a little bit of time off of TikTok because I was really researching videos on YouTube and the way that people are creating videos on YouTube. And I also did somehow to create shorts on YouTube, how to create, the best way to do videos on YouTube, how to grow your channel on YouTube. So I spent a lot of time right there in the new year, the first couple of weeks, exploring that and watching other people's videos and seeing how they do it, other creators that I like, watching how they do it. And so I really am hoping that I am taking all of that in and really helping to bring you guys quality content that you are going to come back for. All right, I think I've said that's it 1,000 times, so I really am going to close it out. Thank you again for watching. Please make sure to share the video for anybody that you know that might need some jewelry repair, or if they're interested in jewelry making. Also, if you want to read the blog that I wrote about how to wear and repair your pearls for 2023, 2024, and also look at the pearl trends that are going to be all over. All over the fashion girlies. They're going to be all over the fashion girlies in the spring, in the summer, into the next fall and winter. I'm pretty sure that pearls, they're timeless. They're classic. They're never going to go away. And if you own some real ones, some faux ones, you really should take care of them every season. So that's it, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing evening. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next regular video. Again, tomorrow's going to be the Amazon unboxing of all my electronics. And then I'm going to throw up on Sunday my Golden Globes video. Next Friday is going to be up to you guys. I would love some suggestions. And yeah, there's my Sephora haul coming up. I've got plans. I got plans for 2024, you guys. It's not going to be just late random posting of nonsensical videos. They're all going to be planned out in advance and really making an impact, making sure that I'm, posting things that are timely, that are relevant. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Because I could sit here all night and talk to you guys, drinking my wine and talking about the Michaela drama. You guys don't think that I know all about these things because my videos always go up so late. But yeah, I am really focusing on, being more timely, more relevant with my videos. And also, I am cutting myself a little bit of slack. We did move here in Belize at the end of 2022, and I pretty much took 2023, the majority of the year, I barely posted anything because we were just trying to find a place to live. Now that we're here, we've been here in our apartment for a year now. We're feeling more confident, more comfortable being here in Belize. And so now it's just going to be focused on pumping out quality content. Mwah. Thank you all again, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And until next time, you better believe it. Bye. And yes, end.